Yeah, so my mom, she wanted me to have a, I don't know, just like graduate university and all that stuff. But yeah, I wasn't happy, and there was one time I had this conversation with my mom, just saying how much I wasn't happy studying and that I wanted like to pursue music, and yeah, she just understood. Yeah, I broke like my arm in 4 places, yeah, which was kind of sad, yeah. But it was a good thing because that's kind of what made me start making music, you know. To go to the Goldie Awards, they could just like send a submission. You could send like whatever you want in 1 minute, and you could put like 4 beats or just like 1 beat. And I sent my submission, and yeah, they invited me to go to the finals. That was in New York, and yeah, then I went there, and yeah, I won.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel of Sidewalk talking with Holly.
What's up?
So where in Portugal are you from?
Oh, I'm from the West Coast. So, do you know where is Lisbon, the capital?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like 1 hour like north side of Lisbon.
What's
it's I'm like from a really small town called Caldas da Rainha. Yeah, and yeah, that's like basically where I come from, where I grew up like all my life. I've been there until like last year. 1 year ago, like I decided like to move from Portugal to America, and yeah, that's all.
So are your parents originally from there as well? Or?
Yeah. All my family's from Portugal. Yeah.
What do your parents do?
My mom, she's a school teacher, and my dad, he's just like a police guy. Yeah.
Where do you think you got your creative side from?
My mom, for sure. Like, she's a school teacher, but she loves to write and just like to express her feelings to different type of things. Like, she has like a garden and like she loves all that stuff. So I think, yeah, like my creative side comes from that part, you know. My dad, like, he loves just like to create stuff all the time. Like, just for example, like my grandmother, like she has this really old house, and like he's like just renewing all the house and just like making new stuff there. So I don't know, I think like my parents, they never made anything like music wise, but yeah, they're like super creative people. Yeah. The music scene in Portugal is really big, and there's a lot of different music styles there. Especially in my town, like we a couple years ago we had a really big punk hardcore scene, and also we have this huge university in my hometown that it's like an arts university. So there's a lot of people that come from like different countries all over Europe just to go to study to that university, and yeah, they just bring a lot of like different music styles there, you know. So I would say like electronic music is like very big in my hometown, rock music.
Oh really?
You know? Yeah.
For a long time the electronic music has been big.
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah, especially because of that big university. Yeah. So yeah, when I was like growing up, like when I was a teenager, I used to go to a lot of like punk hardcore shows and some raves in my hometown as well. Yeah, and sometimes I would go to Lisbon as well and just go to parties there.
Were you in a band?
No, I never been in a band. But I used to, like, my friends, I had like some of my good friends, they had this really good punk hardcore band, and sometimes I would go with them and just like sing like 2 or 3 songs, you know, like, yeah, like they would like pass me the mic and I would like sing a couple songs, and yeah, but yeah, I never been in a band. Like when I was younger, when I was like 10 or 11, I had guitar acoustic classes, so like I used sometimes like to do like some performance and just play like famous stuff. Yeah.
Who were you listening to back then?
When I was 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Like Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses. I used to listen a lot to The Prodigy as well. A lot of hip hop stuff too. Yeah, just all over the place.
And you're into like skating back then, right?
Yeah. I started skateboarding when I was 13.
Oh, skateboarding.
Yeah, and yeah, I almost like skate every day from like 13 years old until I was like 16, 17. And then I broke my arm in 4 places, and I had like to stop skateboarding for a while.
How did it happen?
Oh, I don't know, it was kind of like a stupid thing. So there was this huge gap next to my house, and I was like doing a tail drop. That is this trick where you put the back part of the skateboard and like you do kind of like a ollie. Yeah. And yeah, like I just fell. That was like 2 meters or something. Like I fell and yeah, I broke like my arm in 4 places. Yeah, which was kind of sad. Yeah, but it was a good thing because that's kind of what made me start making music. You know.
You're also like experimenting with other stuff like writing, photography, right?
Yeah, I would like to take pictures. I just like did this new piece of merch with a bunch of film pictures I took around the world, and yeah, I just love like different types of art, you know. I love to do music, but I'm just down to in the future to do a bunch of other different stuff. Yeah.
And how did you think to start producing?
I don't know. I think it was kind of because, so like from 13 until like 16, I was like skateboarding like the whole time. It was like skateboarding and just like going to school. I didn't have like a big social life. I didn't used to go out at night. And when I broke my arm, I had like so much free time in my life. That was like, whoa, what I'm gonna do with all this time? And so I think I just started like watching a bunch of movies, started going out at night, just like partying, you know, just like doing like teenager stuff. And yeah, I got to a point where I was like exposed to so much different music that I felt I could like do something as well. And my brother, he's a DJ as well.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and yeah, there was one time we went to the studio of a friend of my brother, and I was with my brother, and I was like, you know what? I think I have like some cool ideas like to make music. I don't know how I could start these. And he was like, yo, just download Fruity Loops and just start making beats. And yeah.
Did you consider being in a duo with your brother?
Oh, I never thought about that. We had like a small label in Portugal a couple of years ago, and like we used to do compilations and all that stuff. But yeah, I never thought about that. But yeah, that would be dope for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like when the time is right, you know. Yeah, there's just like so much stuff I want to do first as Holly and just by myself, you know, before like getting into a duo. But yeah, for sure, that's like something you could do in the future.
And were your parents worried or whatever of you doing in like creative stuff, or did they want you to do something academic?
Yeah, it's kind of like my brother. He had like the same. He had like the same life as me when it comes to school, you know. Like he graduated from high school, then he went to the university, and he stayed there for a couple of years. And he was like, you know what? I don't like this. I want to become a musician. So he gave up on school, and that was like the same thing as me, you know. So I think my parents were already like prepared to what was gonna happen, you know, because of my brother. Yeah, so my mom, she wanted me to have I don't know, just like graduate university and all that stuff. But yeah, I wasn't happy, and there was one time I had this conversation with my mom, just saying how much I wasn't happy studying and that I wanted like to pursue music, and yeah, she just understood.
What were you gonna study at uni?
Sociology.
Oh, what about it did you like?
Oh, everything. Like that really helped me just to understand better the world and like the people, you know. It's a very interesting subject, yeah. Were
you always into it, like since you were born? Like, were you reading a lot of books?
Yeah, I used to read a lot of books, yeah. And I've always been like that person that really likes to look to other people and just like try to understand their life, you know. For example, when I was younger, one of the things I really liked to do was just being on the public transport, so like on the bus or on the train, and just look to other people and be like, oh, like I wonder what that person is gonna do, like how's their life. And when you go to sociology, like you study all that stuff, you know. Just trying to understand other people's life. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite authors or books? You can remember the names? Or was
not really, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's like, I kind of forgot a bunch of them. Yeah, there was this guy, I don't know, I studied a lot of like Karl Marx. No, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right name. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So did you think, what kind of career did you think you could do with sociology?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I never thought much about it. For me, so like, my hometown is really small, and like, the main thing I wanted to do was just like, to leave my hometown and just like, go to live to Lisbon. That was like, the main thing in my life. I never knew in my life what I wanted to do, you know? Like, when I was 17 or 18 and my parents were like, oh, you need like to find something to study, like, what do you want to do when you finish high school? I was like, yeah, like, I don't know what I want to do. I was like super lost. And yeah, so like I just went to sociology because that was like the only thing I could like study with my degrees, you know. So yeah, I went to study that, and yeah, I was like super lost. And then that's kind of like when I started making my music, when I went to Lisbon to to study, and I was just like focusing all the time, just making beats.
Do you have a name before Holly?
No, I've always been like Holly. Yeah, yeah. Has always been like a old nickname.
And how were you getting your music out there initially?
Just like through SoundCloud. I used to produce a lot of rappers in Portugal as well. That's kind of like how I started making beats. I was making hip-hop beats and just sending to some of my friends so they could rap on them. And yeah, that's kind of like the first music I put out was just like rap beats, like other stuff that I produced for other people. And then yeah, then I made my SoundCloud account and I was just like putting stuff there like every week. And yeah, that's like how I started putting stuff out.
Back then, did you have, other than your brother, did you have other producer friends?
Yeah. I had more like friends of my brother, I think. Yeah. But then with SoundCloud, I started meeting a lot of people all around the world, and yeah, just know more producers. That really opened my mind.
But how did your SoundCloud get out there? What did you like hit up? Did you like message a lot of blogs or?
Yeah, it was more like starting releasing on labels. Yeah, I think it was more just like getting other releases and just, yeah, other than my SoundCloud. I remember like my first like release that I received a lot of followers was with Daruma. Yeah, on one of their compilations, and yeah, just like then I did some stuff with like Buygore and like Mak and Monstercat. And
how did you meet those people?
Just like through SoundCloud, just through email. Yeah, like at that time, like I never left Portugal, I think, so everything I was doing was just like through internet, just like sending emails to people, sending submissions, and yeah, that's mainly what I did.
How was it that you, or how did you get in for the Goldie Award?
So yeah, A-Trak, he started this beat battle called Goldie Awards like 2 years ago, and yeah, so that was like very easy. Like everyone who wanted like to go to the Goldie Awards, they could just like send a submission. You could send like whatever you want in 1 minute, and you could put like 4 beats or just like 1 beat. And I sent my submission, and yeah, they invited me to go to the finals. That was in New York, and yeah, then I went there, and yeah, I won. Like the first one was really nice because I think it was like my first contact with some of the people that I grew up listening to. You know, for me it was really cool to play my music to Just Boys and Depot and like A-Trak, Manny Fresh, and yeah, it was just, I don't know, cool way to expose my music, So I was just like going to the competition like, yeah, I'm just gonna like play my stuff, show my music, meet new people, and yeah, winning was just like, I don't know, an extra thing, Yeah.
And wait, was it turntables or what was?
No, it was just like a beat battle. So they have like the beat battle side, and then they have the DJ battle. And the DJ battle, like you DJ with the turntables and you do all the crazy tricks. And the beat battle, you just like play your beats, You can perform the beat live, or you can just like press play and just play your beat. Yeah, like I kind of like press play, then I put like some filters, I had like some drum kits on my MPD, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it was more like, just playing my beats. Yeah.
And then after the competition, did something happen? Like you flew to, or to see A-Trak, or after? Was there anything after the competition?
Not really. Like the prize of the competition was to, at least on the beat battle.
Yeah.
The prize was to have a release on Fool's Gold.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So like I did a track for Fool's Gold, and yeah, like before that I already had like 2 releases on Fool's Gold, So it was like cool. I'm gonna have like another one, but I think if I didn't have like the release on Fool's Gold, I would probably like appreciate more the prize,
Yeah.
They gave me a bunch of gear, which was cool as well. Yeah, and then like I met Depot at the competition as well, and then I did like a mix for Depot and Friends, which was really cool as well. And yeah, it was like basically those were the prizes. Yeah.
And were you always self-managed?
Yeah, until that time, yeah. I started like having a manager almost 1 year ago. I think that was more because like I came to LA just by myself, and I was like trying to figure out a way like to go next level, because I don't know, like I've always like been doing all my stuff since I started making music, like doing my bookings, like sending my music to labels, and it got to a point where I was like, damn, like if I really wanna achieve what I want to achieve in my life, I need like to create a team. And yeah, then I like just like started meeting some people here, and then I met Luis, who's my manager. Actually, like we met in Portugal before all that stuff. He was doing a show with Aoki there, and I met him at the venue because I was like playing as well. And yeah, then we just like started working together.
But probably throughout the years, there's lots of people asking to manage. So
yeah, but for me it's really hard like to work with someone that like they can do good work for me, but if we can't have like a friendship relationship, if we can't be friends, like I don't know, like I need to work with someone that I can see my personality on that person as well, And so I had a lot of people reaching out to me to be my managers, but at the end of the day, sometimes I don't know, I didn't feel the right energy from them, Could be like great work, but I don't know if we could be, good friends. And yeah, took me a little bit to find like the right person. Yeah.
And how did you learn early on how to do the bookings and stuff? Like
I don't know, I think it was a little bit just like watching my brother. and like watching what he was doing, and I don't know, like I used to be a very like easy person like to get booked. I was just like, yeah, just gonna get shows. Like I don't really care if I'm gonna like get a big fee or not gonna get a big fee. You know, like as long as I have my fights and I have like a place to stay, like I'm down like just to play. You know, I did for example a tour in South Africa, which was like basically that was like, yo, like just pay me my fights and like I'm gonna go there and like I play for free. You know, I had like some people reaching out to me like to book me. Sometimes I would reach out to other promoters and being like, yo, I'm gonna be at this place, like would be cool like to perform or, you know, do something cool. Yeah.
Do you think it's different now with the management? Are they saying no to a lot of things like,
oh no, it's about or? No, it's more about like things need to make sense, you know. Sometimes it's better if you say no at the first time and then like get like a better proposal after a couple months, you know. I don't know, it's like I'm still like figuring out that, you know. but yeah, but we have a great relationship, so I don't know if I wanna like do a show and like they're always down to what I want to do, you know.
That's good.
So yeah, I think that's the main thing. I'm just like open to new styles, and I think also traveling just makes me exposed to so many like different music styles from all over the world, and yeah.
How would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's kind of weird because when I was younger, all I knew was like my hometown and my friends, you know. And now like growing up, I had like this opportunity to travel and just meet cool people all over the world, meeting like people that I grew up listening to, or, like I grew up like looking up to, you know. I have like more confidence in myself. I think that's like the main one. Yeah, that's really like tough question. Like, could you like if I was like asking you that, like, could you answer that?
Definitely more confident. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have been even able to do this. I was so shy back then.
Yeah, I used to be really shy as well, you know. Yeah, especially like my first shows, like I was like so shy. Like a week before the shows, I don't know, just have like, I wouldn't say panic attacks, but I used just like to trip about it. Like, oh, I'm gonna be on a stage with a bunch of people looking at me, like, you know. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I think it takes like time to know yourself as well, you know. I think I'm lucky because I always had like really good people around me, so that kind of made me always like feel good with myself, you know. Yeah.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far in your life?
I like to say always the next one, you know. Like the next challenge is always like the best one, but I think a really big one was just like to leave my family and just come to America, you know.
What does love mean to you?
Love? Oh. Love to me means, I don't know, means my mom, means my family, means music, means happiness, means caring about something that you really like. I don't know, love to me means a lot of things, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
Whoa, I don't know. Making this world a better place. I think that's the main one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
For me, I feel like I've thought about this so many times when I'm preparing or like in the shower that I'm like suddenly so immune to it. But let me think. Honestly, just letting people say their stories. Like, I don't even want to be a part of this, but if people can share their stories, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit like that, just making this world a better place, you know. Yeah, that's kind of like something, when I was like growing up, and like I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, I was always thinking like, oh, like it must be so sad like to be in this world and just die, and you know, like you don't leave anything behind, you know, like people just like forgot who you are, you know. Yeah. Like there's a million people that live in this world that you will never know about them, you know. And yeah, growing up, I think I was always looking, like trying to find a way, of like doing something, I don't know, that I could be like remembered for, you know. And I think like music was like the best answer to all that stuff, you know. I think just like dope how like, you know, people like Michael Jackson and like Sting and like all those legends that died, you know, like they died and like they still live forever, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, good. My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.